Picture this. You're a hard-working fisherman, just minding your business on the Coromandel Coast, casting your net, humming a nice little tune, dreaming of a delicious, spicy fish curry waiting at home. Life's good. Then bam! Some armored guy on horseback storms in, yelling something about the Chola Empire, waving a sword around like he's in a medieval action movie. Suddenly, your peaceful fishing day turns into a scene from a high-budget historical drama, and all you wanted was some fresh seafood. If you think that sounds stressful, imagine what it was like for thousands of fishermen and traders caught in the crossfire of the Tamil-Chola conflicts. Wars between rival Tamil kingdoms, especially the mighty Cholas, versus the Pandyas, Cholas, and later even foreign powers, weren't just battles of kings. They were tidal waves that washed away entire livelihoods, displacing communities, wrecking trade networks, and forcing people to reinvent themselves. But hey, South Indians are nothing if not resilient. So, let's dive into a chaotic, spicy, and surprisingly hilarious tale of how war changed the fate of countless fishermen and traders in South India. Expect betrayals, surprising new business ventures, unexpected international travel, whether they wanted to or not, and of course, a lot of fish. Once upon a time, multiple times between the 9th and 13th centuries, the Tamil kingdoms were throwing hands over who got to rule the wealthiest trade routes. The Cholas, known for their naval dominance, had their eyes on complete control of the Indian Ocean trade. They weren't just content with ruling Tamil Nadu. They wanted Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, and anything that floated in between. Fishermen and traders, just collateral damage in their grand expansion plans. At first, life for the fishing communities was pretty stable. They had their centuries-old system of dividing the sea into territories, an unspoken agreement between communities. One village fished near the coast, another specialized in deep-sea adventures, and everyone got along because, well, you don't argue with the ocean. But the moment war drums started pounding, everything changed. When the Cholas fought the Pandyas for control, the coastline became a war zone. Some fishermen were forced to become naval scouts, or even unwilling suppliers for warships. You think you're just bringing in the catch of the day? Surprise! That's now food for the Navy. And if you don't comply, you might find yourself on a one-way trip to a Chola dungeon. Merchants weren't any better off. Ports were burned, markets were looted, and one day, you're selling precious pearls to Chinese and Arab traders. The next day, your shop is in flames, because the Cholas thought it looked suspiciously Pandyan. Some traders fled inland, becoming cloth merchants or spice dealers, while others took the risky route, setting sail for new lands. Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, even as far as the Maldives, Tamil traders and displaced fishermen started moving, not just as refugees, but as entrepreneurs. Some reinvented themselves entirely. Fishermen became shipbuilders, using their ocean knowledge to construct vessels for war and trade. Some traders ditched Tamil Nadu entirely and started new kingdoms in far-off lands, looking at you, Tamil influence in Sumatra and Java. But the best part? Some of these displaced people turned their bad luck into an advantage. With war raging, there was a black market boom. Smugglers popped up everywhere, sneaking goods through war-torn ports, trading secretly with Arab merchants, and creating an underground economy that the Cholas and Pandyas couldn't control. Some even fished in restricted zones, selling their forbidden catch at sky-high prices. Turns out, even in war, the fish business never truly stops. And let's not forget the legendary survival instincts of these people. When a Chola king demanded that all fish in the region go to his army, some fishermen got creative. "That's not fish, Your Majesty. That's just a long, slippery water vegetables." Somehow, they got away with it. History isn't just kings and wars, it's the people who lived through the chaos and adapted. These displaced fishermen and traders weren't just victims, they were survivors, innovators, and sometimes accidental pioneers of new business models. They turned a crisis into an opportunity, whether through black market seafood, overseas expansion, or just really good lying skills. And in a way, their legacy still lives on. Tamil communities across Southeast Asia, descendants of these traders, the strong maritime traditions of South India, carried forward by those who refused to let war sink their livelihoods. Next time you eat seafood from the Indian Ocean, just remember, some ancestor probably smuggled a fish past an empire's army to make that possible. Here's the funniest part. While the Cholas, Pandyas, and other Tamil rulers were busy fighting for dominance, what survived through all of it? Not their grand palaces, not their war elephants, but the fishing and trading communities they tried to control. Their descendants are still thriving, still running markets, and still making sure no one messes with their seafood. So in the end, who really won these Tamil conflicts? The fish. The fish always win.